Hello and welcome to Palace Intrigue. I am your host, Mark Francis. The news of the British royal family receiving a $56 million increase in funding has sparked significant backlash amidst widespread financial struggles across the UK. The sovereign grant, which funds royal activities, is set to rise to $165 million in April, with Buckingham Palace stating that much of this will go toward the ongoing $462 million in renovations of the iconic residence expected to finish in 2027. Critics have labelled the funding increase scandalous, given that many Britons are facing difficult choices between heating their homes or buying food this winter. Ian Pelham-Turner, a royal expert, remarked, "The potential private wealth of the royal family collectively could cover the cost." Graham Smith, CEO of the anti-monarchy group Republic, added, "At a time when schools, hospitals and police are underfunded, this money should not be going up, it should be going down." Buckingham Palace has defended the renovations, emphasising the necessity of upgrading outdated infrastructure, including plumbing and electrical systems that haven't been touched since the 1950s. Royal expert Richard Fitzwilliams argued that Buckingham Palace, as a working headquarters of the monarchy, attracts millions of tourists annually and serves as a significant cultural and diplomatic venue. He also pointed out that the monarchy costs the public just £1.29 per person annually and remains a key component of Britain's soft power. Adding to the optics issue, Charles is reportedly covering the cost of redecorating his private suite at Buckingham Palace, which won't be ready until the renovations are complete. In the meantime, he primarily resides at Clarence House. The palace has reiterated that public funds will not cover personal touches in the renovations. While defenders argue that the monarchy offers a strong return on investment through tourism and global attention, critics see the increased funding as tone-deaf during a cost-of-living crisis. With public frustration growing, this latest financial debate underscores the ongoing tension between the royal family's role as both cultural institution and modern monarchy. A report on royal finances reveals that the wealthiest member of Britain's royal family, and it's not King Charles. An extensive analysis of the Windsor family wealth shows Prince William leading with an estimated fortune of £1.05 billion, primarily due to his control of the Duchy of Cornwall. When questioned about his wealth by a schoolchild in 2023, the prince candidly responded that he didn't know. The king's fortune stands at an estimated £900 million, which includes the historic Duchy of Lancaster, valued at $647 million. This portfolio encompasses prime real estate, including London's Savoy Hotel. The Princess Royal, Princess Anne, maintains a £50 million estate centred at Gatcombe Park, while Prince Michael of Kent's worth is estimated at £31.5 million. The Duke and Duchess of Sussex have built a combined fortune of approximately £20 million through various commercial ventures, including streaming deals and publishing contracts. Their Netflix agreement in 2020 was valued at £80 million, while Harry's 4-book deal reportedly brought him £32 million. Princess Kate's personal wealth ranges between £5 and £8 million, notably lower than any other senior royal, despite her future role as Queen Consort. The Duke of York's finances have significantly decreased, with current estimates placing his worth at £5 million following recent legal challenges and his withdrawal from public duties. The royal cousins, Princesses Beatrice and Eugenie, each hold estimated fortunes between $765,000 and £3.5 million, having established careers outside their royal duties. This complex web of royal wealth remains partially shrouded in mystery, as the late Queen's will remains sealed, following royal tradition, leaving some questions about inheritance unanswered. Growing concern surrounds the potential censorship of royal documents as thousands of files about Queen Elizabeth II and Prince Philip approach their scheduled release date. The documents, due for public access in 2026 and 27, 5 years after their respective deaths, face scrutiny as Whitehall begins internal discussions about their handling. These files likely contain crucial historic records spanning Elizabeth II's 70-year reign, including government correspondence and accounts of significant royal events. Dr. Bender Grosvenor, who resigned from the Advisory Council on National Records and Archives in 2018, calls for major reform in the document release process. He notes, "The Cabinet Office are the knee-jerk ones who react all the time. The system does not need to be changed because the Advisory Council has on it people who really know what they are talking about, and they should be trusted." Dr. Alison McLean from the University of Bristol raises additional concerns. There seems to be an increasing reluctance to release any historical public records relating to members of the royal family and a worrying trend of withdrawing access from records that have previously been released. While most public records are released after 20 years, royal documents face numerous exemptions. Communications involving the monarch remain classified until 5 years after their death, while the royal family's Windsor archives stay completely outside public access rights. The National Archives maintains they follow the Public Records Act 1958 guidelines, while the Cabinet Office states all records are released in accordance with this legislation. However, critics point to a growing pattern of keeping royal files under lock and key, with some previously available documents being withdrawn from public view. The Advisory Council has written to the Culture Secretary seeking more transparent and consistent approaches to royal document releases across Whitehall, amid concerns over arbitrary secrecy and prolonged delays in document access. More Palace in just a moment. Prince William is being described as the toughest ruler the royal family has ever seen, according to royal insiders who suggest that his leadership style balances public admiration with a firm hand behind palace doors. William has long been a favourite among royal watchers, with biographer Dr. Tess Dunlop referring to him as the royal rock after a challenging year that saw both Princess Kate and King Charles diagnosed with cancer. Dunlop observed, "Through seeing his vulnerabilities, the nation fell in love with Diana's firstborn all over again." However, reports indicate that while William's public persona exudes warmth and approachability, his private leadership style is far more no-nonsense. Known for having a fiery temper, the Prince of Wales reportedly has no hesitation in making tough decisions, even if it means showing royals the door when they fail to align with his vision for the monarchy. Royal expert Hilary Fordich, speaking with Fox News Digital, shed light on the pressures William faces. She explained, "Prince William is dedicated to duty, as imbued in him by Queen Elizabeth II, who tutored him every Sunday regarding his royal duties." Fordich also highlighted the huge generational pressure William feels, noting that both he and Princess Catherine are keenly aware that the monarchy's survival depends on maintaining public popularity. William's millennial perspective seems to influence his approach, with Fordich claiming he won't and can't risk public association with disastrous members of the family who merely serve as distractions from public duty. This reportedly includes Prince Andrew, whose ties to Jeffrey Epstein have damaged the royal family's reputation, and Prince Harry, whose memoir Spare was described as the final straw for William. As the future head of the monarchy, William appears determined to modernize and protect the institution by prioritizing public trust and cutting ties with controversies that could tarnish the royal legacy. And there you have it. If you'd like to email us, our address is thepalaceintrigue@gmail.com. Please follow us on Spotify and Apple and subscribe on YouTube. You can find us there now. And don't forget, you can get this show along with hundreds of others commercial free. All the details are in the show notes. And that includes shows like 5 Good News Stories. It's just good news. Check it out wherever you get your podcast. 5 Good News Stories. I'm Mark Francis. My thanks to John McDermott. This is Palace Intrigue. Good times.